Hello everyone, welcome to all of you on this Purvanchal IS platform. Myself Dr. Ravi Agrari, and here in the session I'm going to start current affairs session of science and technology, especially for UPSC Prelims 2021. It's a July month current affairs regarding science and technology, and I know guys very well that most of you people have a complaint that I'm going to make these all the videos in this late. But no, it's not late. Actually, examination is postponed again. It's on October. So I just try to cover the maximum portion, and that's why I brought the videos from now onwards. So how I will complete entire the current affairs parts, you just try to understand first in the beginning part, which is very, very important. Month-wise current affairs updation I'll do. I'm very sure that most of you people have a 4th edition book, which is the last updated book available in the market. And why I just going to start the current affairs part, because now the 5th edition book I have completed, means all the updation portion I have to complete it. So this is the reason this all the discussion will helpful to you guys if you people are listening my my videos, and even you have finished my 4th edition book. So these all the 4th edition book plus current affairs you merge it, that is the entire updation of for the 5th edition book. So kindly keep these all the videos, save yourself. And one thing more I'll tell you in the beginning, that these all the entire videos will equally important for your mains paper. Whenever you will have a mains paper, okay, these all the videos and important issues, these all the PDF portions, okay, you people save and you follow it. One thing more here, how we will go for this current affair issues. So again, I'll tell you guys that in your current affairs portions, okay, it is important, everybody know, but a part of it I'll tell you guys, equally static portions are very, very important. Static portion are also very, very important. So as you know guys, many times in the classroom program I told you, static and current affairs uploads both are equally important. Even if you see 2016 question paper, prelims question paper, around 60% question was current affairs based. But if you see 2017 to 2020, so in 2017 to 2020, around 80% of questions was static. So weightage of current affairs was very, very less. But the point is, we people cannot take a risk. So this is the reason we must have to give an equal weightage to the both prelims and mains examination. So here, static part you already have listened in my module courses on the Purvanchal IS app. A part of guys, even in the classroom program, most of the students even listened me earlier. So see, this is the equally important portion of current affairs part. And for this current affair issues, okay, this PDF, okay, definitely most of the people have a requirement of PDF. Reason, if you start to make the notes, so you will waste your time. Okay, so here I'll advise to everyone, listen my videos twice and thrice for your revisions and take this PDF yourself. For this PDF, I'll advise to everyone, you follow on my Telegram group, okay, you can directly download all the PDF. And this Telegram group link I'll share it below this video, okay, where the book is video is going to upload, just below it in the link I just share the link for the Telegram where this PDF is available. So here I'm going to start with the July 2020, the first month. The video may be lengthy, it is depend on the topics throughout the month, which topics were important. Okay, so monthly current affairs, July onwards I just to compile those, I'll provide you and upload you on this YouTube platform. So let us start. And now the point is, in the beginning, those are very, very important. What about the important chapters? What about the important chapters or units? Those we people will follow in the case of science and technology. So here you must know guys, total 11 chapters. Those I recommend to all of you on the basis of last 10 years analysis. So on the basis of last 10-year analysis guys, mostly the questions, even 90% of question in your paper, around 90% of question in your paper are coming from these 11 chapters or units, whatever you can call. So in the brief, I'll tell you the name of chapters and then start the current affair issues. That in this beginning guys, we will be very, very sure how all the current affairs updates I just developed. Okay, in the beginning you must be clear. Reason, second videos onwards, the next videos onwards, that all the entire discussion I will not do. Okay. So how I planned, how I'll make all the current affairs updates. Now listen. The chapters, those current affairs updates I'll also discuss. And these are the static portion even given in the book in this order. Unit 1, Science and Technology in India. Unit 2, Energy, all the dimension of energy. Unit 3 is space technology. Unit 4 information and communication technology. Unit 5 is the defense technology. Unit 6 artificial intelligence, robotics, nanotechnology. Unit 7 IPR and its related issues. Unit 8 particle physics. Unit 9 is the biotechnology. Unit 10 is the health and disease with various immunization program, and the last unit is Unit 11 miscellaneous topic. So these are total 11 units are chapter you can call. These are important equally for the static and current affairs updates. So now let us start with the current affairs updates, and definitely first of all Unit 1 based current affairs, Unit 2 based current affairs, Unit 3 based current affairs, Unit 4 based current affairs. In this way I will follow, guys, and you people should also prepare. Okay, as I know, guys, most of the people are reading the science and technology book. Okay, this book, those I published. Okay, so definitely this current affairs updates will be helpful to you, and every year these all the current affairs updates I provide. Most of you people know very well. So the second chapter based current affairs updates are here. That is the Satat initiatives. This is very, very important topic, and see left side of every topic I mentioned there, this current updates will be in which chapter. So this current affairs updates will be in energy chapter. What about the Satat initiative? Satat initiative, its full name is given here. It's called as a sustainable alternative towards affordable transportations. Again, I repeat, it's a sustainable alternative towards affordable transportation. This is the full form of Satat. What is this scheme? Actually, one of the memorandum of understanding was signed among Indian Oil, National Thermal Power Plant, and SDMC. SDMC it's a South Delhi Municipal Corporations. So Indian Oil, NTPC, and SDMC, okay, they signed a memorandum of understanding especially for Okhla landfill sites. If you people will see the Okhla areas, you know the landfill is what? You just make a dig and just dump all the debris is there, waste and debris is there. Finally, it's a landfill areas. It's a waste disposal site. So Okhla have a massive level of landfill reasons, waste disposal sites. Okay, this waste disposal site, we people through the help of gasification technology will utilize it. So through gasification technology, landfill area will utilize, and finally we will generate energy. We will generate a source of energy, means like fuel. And you know, guys, in this area around 17,500 tons per annum refuse derived fuels we can produce. So whatever the waste are there, guys, around 17,500 ton per annum waste we can utilize for what? Fuel generations. So those refused are there that we can utilize for fuel generation. This amount of means it's a very in bulk, guys. And you know, guys, that energy generation, those we will do here, syngas production we will perform. Syngas, you know, guys, it's a sum of carbon monoxide and hydrogen gases. Hydrogen is very, very important fuel. You people know very well. It has a maximum calorific value, and definitely when through the help of biomass, waste materials. Okay, through the help of waste, if hydrogen production we can perform, it's a sustainable energy sources. Sustainable energy sources are those, guys, which will not create any problem for the future perspective. So this is the reason, not only the syngas, guys, a part of the syngas. Okay, compressed biogas was also the news under the Satat initiatives. Okay, and definitely it will be very beneficial for all the oil marketing companies. This compressed biogas production, not only syngas, a part of this compressed biogas production will also be the part of Satat initiatives. Compressed biogas plants, okay, that biogas production we will do here. Under the compressed biogas plant, actually what we will do? Biogas production we will do. And through the help of biogas production, you know, biogas is what? It also have a methane and CO2, guys. What is the biogas? You know, biogas is a kind of methane sources. Even if you people will go on the 12th standard of NCERT book. In 12th standard NCERT book, okay, it's mentioned there, ideal composition of biogas is what? Methane plus CO2. But here proportion is what? 60% methane and plus 40% carbon dioxide. It is the ideal composition of biogas. Even it is sure, guys, that every moment of time 60:40 ratio you will not get in the biogas. But officially ideal biogas composition have a 60% methane. Okay, this biogas production 60% methane and 40% carbon dioxide. It's an ideal biogas composition. But one thing I'll tell you, guys, biogas have not only methane and CO2. A part of other gases also there. Carbon monoxide, ammonia, and other gases may also be there. But in these all many gases, I hope you people know very well, methane have a burning property. So this methane gas, those have a burning property, we will utilize. Okay, even in the beginning, the biogas plant was set up especially for cooking purposes. But you know what is under the compressed biogas plant? Actually, those concentration of methane here, you will get it. If 40 to 60% methanes are here into the biogas production, you know, this 40 to 60% methane will be enough for cooking purposes. But I hope you people know very well, this methane we people also utilize in CNG. But I hope you people know very well, this methane we people also utilize in CNG. Okay, in CNG means inside your vehicles as a source of fuel. But the amount of percentage of methane is not 40 to 60% inside the CNG. Inside the CNG, the percentage of methane, it should be very, very high. That is called as an enriched methane. This is called as an enriched methane. So those methane we people are using for cooking purposes, its percentage is very less and enough for cooking uses. But if you want to use the methane for the vehicle purposes in the CNG, as a CNG, so the enrichment should be very, very high. And that is the reason the biogas we are going to compress. When you people will compress the biogas, its calorific value will enhanced. And when calorific value will enhance, what about the amount of methane percentage rise? It's called enrichment process. And now it is what? Now this methane compressed biogas system that you people can transfer through cylinder to the fuel station. And this methane that will transfer to the fuel station, cylinders and fuel station, it will be utilized by oil marketing companies. And what is the benefit with the compressed biogas production? That it's a green fuel. It's a green transport fuel. And this type of fuel we can call as alternative fuels. These all the fuels are what? These all the fuels are alternative fuels. Okay, they are environmental friendly. They are not creating any problem to the environment. You know, guys, I still remember when I came to Delhi around 2003, 2004. Okay, in that time, CNG buses was introduced in Delhi. Okay, CNG buses was introduced in Delhi, and that way Delhi become popular as a green Delhi. Reason, the pollution level because of burning of petrol and diesel even reduced suddenly. And Delhi become popular as a green Delhi. Green Delhi means environmental friendly. And how it become possible? Through the help of methane based fuel, CNG. It was introduced during 2004 around. Okay, 5, 6, 7 tak aate the maximum of the vehicles even they have converted into the CNG fuels. Okay, so this is the benefit here, guys. And what about the another benefit? When you people will go for the compressed biogas production. Reason, in these all the waste materials, lot of the biomasses material. Okay, yeah, organic materials are there. Those can be decomposed with the help of bacteria in the case of biogas production. Okay, and a part of, you know, guys, when the biogas production you will do through the help of biomass material, yeah, waste material, you know, here in these cases, those byproduct form, it has a biomanure, it has a manure, and manure you can use as a fertilizer. Okay, it will further enhance the returns of what? Returns of investment. And you people are not going to create the CO2 emission here, because when you people will go for the burning of coal emit the massive environmental pollutions. So somehow in the Paris Convention 2015, India made some target for the reduction of greenhouse gases in the coming future. Okay, in this 21st century, what about the reduction India will do? Okay, from 2005 base year, everything that is the part of environment. Okay, everybody, just like I'm making a science and technology monthly current affair issues, similarly, I will also upload monthly environment issues. As you know, guys, only 2 subjects I am taking the classes for UPSC, civil services examinations. So these both current affairs updates I'll do, and both two books, static books, published on the McGraw-Hill that you people must have to read. Okay, everyone, fine. How biogas production even perform and every mechanism happen? It's very simple, guys. Suppose it's a container. It is a container that is called as a digester. It's a container called as a digester. In this digester, you use the biomass as material, organic waste type of compound. Why I'm using the organic waste? Reason, bacteria can take these all the waste material as food, because decomposers are important for the biogas production. In this digester, you keep even cow dung generally, it was very common, but biomasses and other material you can also use. Okay, so biomasses you use inside the digester. Yeah, part of cow dung and excretas. Okay, we can use there. And just you close this digester through the help of dome. So it's a container, those people have to close that, it's a dome. Okay, and now here what happened, guys? Whenever you will close this digester through the dome, inside oxygen supply totally stop. And if oxygen supply totally stop, here the condition will become as an anaerobic condition. And you know guys, in anaerobic condition, those bacteria are available in the cow dung, yeah, biomasses. They will become active. If you know some biology, so you people know very well that bacteria are anaerobic. When you will provide the anaerobic condition for the growth of bacteria become active and bacteria start to decompose cow dung and the biomasses. And during this process, a lot of gas formation happen, especially these are the biogas. And because having this pressure, those gas generate inside the container, the dome start to uplift. This dome start to uplift. And here as a nozzle, you open the nozzle and gas you separate for cooking purposes. And another one, when you compress the cooking gas percentage methane, then it will become more compressed and we can utilize as a CNG. So for commercial scale and all purposes, compressed biogas is the best technology, best process, especially for the utilization of solid waste. Those are generated under the municipals. So what about the multiple benefits of the compressed biogas production? So that is the written here guys on the commercial scale. The one, it's a good procedure for the waste management. Second, we are not going to do the burning of biomasses openly. Reason, when you people do the burning of biomass openly, it creates carbon dioxide emission and lot of pollutions. So here have a no environmental pollution in this case, it's a biological material. Additional revenue sources is also generated, even guys, okay, that biomass is additional source of income for the farmers, and it also create lot of manures. Okay, lot of manures, and manures, the residual part of the decomposition of biomasses, it is the manure, its work as a fertilizer. If you apply in the field guys, it will be used for the increase the productivity of the crop. A part of guys, the farmers will have another part of source of income. So definitely rural economy increases and some more chances of option of employment opportunity through the help of these processes. And of course, less carbon dioxide emissions. So those climate change goals that India follow under the Paris Convention to make this success of 21st century according to IPCC. Okay. Informations, okay, and those UNFCCC try to make certain things like that emission level should not be beyond this level. So somehow India will fulfill that demand from our own sides. And one thing more guys, like India is having a lot of import of natural gases and crude oil, 70% plus guys. For the fuel purposes, we are dependent on other nations. If we people go towards the alternative, so those loads of imports on India have a more guys, it can decrease with time. So it will be better guys. Even those biofuel policy India made. Here in the biofuel policy, India made a target by 2030, at least 30% import we must have to reduce. 30% import under the biofuel policy 2018-19, it is mentioned by the government of India. Okay, and definitely guys, you will have some buffer stock, some oil and gases. Okay, you people can save yourself. That's why day to day, the prices of the petrol and diesel, those are going to increase and decrease. So here you can maintain a proper prices, less fluctuation it will be there. So buffer stock we can save there because of more options of fuels in the form of compressed biogas. So what is the biogas and all? I told you it's anaerobic decompositions of organic waste material. Okay, waste or biomasses material. Okay, and here through the help of purification of methane content, compressed methane, that we will go up to 90 to 95% of enrichment level. That will be really good. Okay, that will be really good. So in that way, India can earn a lot. Fine. Now we'll go to the second concepts about the International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor. Okay, International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor is very, very popular, guys. 3 times I have seen question in your paper. One time I have seen the question was in 2007 mains paper when UPSC asked the question artificial sun experiment. This International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor is actually, it is the part of nuclear fusion experiment. And though sun-based energy is going to generate, it is the part of nuclear fusion. How sun is generating energy? Because of nuclear fusion. Okay, and here in this case of International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor, we are trying to make nuclear fusion experiment successful. And that is the reason this experiment also popular as an artificial sun experiment. That was a mains question paper in 2007. In 2007, I think 7 or 8, that mains question paper. In 2007, one UPSC question UPSC asked in the prelims examination, what? Where we are going to set up the ITER reactor? The answer was the Cadrec. That location is in the South France. That was one more question paper in the prelims examination 2006-7 around. Another time UPSC asked a question, I think in 2018 around, 17-18 around, that recently ITER was in the news. What is this? So the answer was it is a kind of nuclear fusion reactor. So here in 18 prelims, in 7 around 8-6 prelims, and 2008 mains examination, 3 times I have seen question in your paper from the ITER reactor. So what actually ITER stand? ITER stand for International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor. And one statement I told you guys, it is the nuclear fusion reactor. It is a nuclear fusion reactor. Okay, and definitely guys, it's total 7 countries are working together, especially for this reactor. Okay, and under this reactor, I'll tell you, it's a world's largest magnetic confinement plasma physics experiment. It's a world's largest magnetic confinement plasma physics experiment. What we will do, how to do, that discussion I will do later on. Okay, which place has been identified where the countries will do assembled of all the portions, all the parts of the ITER reactor, and this reactor based nuclear fusion reaction, they will try to make successful. The location is a South France, and within the South France, the particular location I told you, it's a Cadrec. It's a Cadrec. Again, I'm repeating the same statement that I told you. Okay, what is the purpose of ITER reactor? Actually, guys, those reactors you people have listened in my classes, guys, under the nuclear energy. I told you, in India, we are working especially for nuclear fission energy. Nuclear fission energy. We have a pressurized heavy water reactor, fast breeder reactor, thermal breeder reactor. All those reactors, those are working in India. It's a nuclear fission reactor. But here that we people are working for the fusion reactor. So ITER is a fusion reactor, and in the fusion reactor we people try to make successful fusion energy experiment, and fusion energy experiment for the peaceful users. You know, the example of fusion energy is what? Hydrogen bomb. You know, example of fusion energy is what? Sun energy. So here those fusion energy we people try to generate under the ITER reactor, that is a fusion reactor. It will be used for peaceful purposes. Peaceful purposes means it will be utilized for electricity purposes. It will be utilized for electricity purposes. Okay, so electricity is the peaceful users. It will be not for hydrogen pump. Okay, a total 7 countries they are working together. I still remember I was taking classes in 2005, 2006. It got very, very popular. Because the project was finalized in 2006 and the location was the meeting held in the Elysee Palace. Elysee Palace, it was in Paris, guys. In that palace, Elysee Palace, that meeting was held with the 7 member nations, and that 7 member nations, that official members are here, guys. They finalized the whole entire ITER experiment, and here the country name were European Union, China, India, Japan, Russia, South Korea, and US. It means India is a participatory of the official member of ITER reactor. Some unofficial member like Canada, Thailand, they are also working, but official members, you people remember, these 7 countries are there. They even doing this participation of funding, technology development, innovations. These 7 countries are doing. Okay, everybody, what actually the plan was there? What actually the plan was there? The plan was there, guys, that under the control manner. Okay, under the control manner, actually nuclear fusion have one problem. What is the problem? And those problem I'm telling you, it's a main problem with the nuclear fusion experiment. It is an uncontrolled reaction. It is uncontrolled reaction. If once nuclear fusion will start, so it's very difficult to control. Massive energy and infinite heat or energies are possible to generate, and infinite heat or energies if start to generate, it is very dangerous. Nobody will left, guys. Even sun energy will never stop. Sun never stop to shine, guys. Okay, that feature I'm telling you. It's uncontrolled reactions. And this is the reason nuclear fusion have a fear. The people have a fear with the nuclear fusion. If once we are going to start the nuclear fusion, if we could not control it, and infinite heat or energy start to generate, nothing will left. No life, even not the earth will left, because earth also melt in the 1,000,000 degrees Celsius temperature. So ultimately under the ITER experiment, our purpose is to produce 500 megawatt power generation through fusion power, but in a controlled manner. You know, guys, here one of the term is given, they're like Q is equal to or more than 10. What is the meaning of Q is coefficient is equal to more than or equal to 10? The reason is very simple. 50 megawatt input energy we will use to generate 500 megawatt output energy. Okay. 50 megawatt input energy we will use, and then 10 times or more than 10 times power generation. That's why it's called more than 10. More than 10 means more than 10 times. Okay, so few amount of heat is required for the generation of massive heat or energy. It's a nuclear fusion experiment. So actually guys, before nuclear fission is important. Why so? Because nuclear fission is that reaction through that massive heat or energy generate, and those heat or energy because of nuclear fission generate, it will be utilized to start nuclear fusion experiment. So this is the reason those experiment we are going to perform, and here in this experiment we are trying to generate 500 megawatt power generation. Here input energy will be 50 megawatt and then output energy will be 500 megawatt we will try to generate. So those statement I told you guys, according to this statement, hydrogen bomb will be effective in those particular area before it when the atom bomb drop there. Reason atom bomb generate massive heat or energy, and that massive heat or energy will utilize for the fusion of hydrogen atoms. What happened in the case of nuclear fusion? I hope most of you people have listened me in my static classes. Small particles, when the small atoms or nuclei fuse together and form a large size of atoms or nuclei, and energy generate, that procedure is called nuclear fusion. Those example I told you guys, like hydrogen energy. Okay, sorry, sun energy, hydrogen bomb, similar type. Actually in this technology guys, okay, we even trying to make successful fusion experiment. Recently, I hope you people have heard it, that China has made artificial sun. Actually, China does not made artificial sun. It was a part of ITER experiment. Those one of the part of ITER experiment China made successful recently. But the problem is lack of knowledge. People started to China has done the artificial sun experiment. No, whatever China has done recently, guys, it was a part of ITER. The 7 countries in these all among 7 countries, China is one of the countries. There are not. That is. China is there. One more countries are not. Yes, that is. Okay, and actually in this ITER reactor, what we have to planning? Our planning is for the fusion of deuterium and tritium plasma here in the successful manner. And see, this is not the cup of tea. I still remember guys, in 2006 this research was finalized with the 7 member countries, and it was the statement, but from 2016 onwards we will start these experiments. Some level of experiment has been started, but the final experiment, deuterium to tritium fusion wala experiment, where the massive heat or energy we can generate in the controlled manner, it will start by 2035, as I got in many newspapers. So this project will delay. Delay means not ki the final experiment where we people have purpose to fuse the deuterium and tritium. I hope you know very well guys, deuterium and tritium serve, these are the hydrogen isotopes. Protium, deuterium, tritium, hydrogen have 3 isotopes, and these deuterium and tritium we have to plan to fuse together in a very controlled manner. Okay, in a very controlled manner. Okay, so it's everything here. So what we will achieve in the laboratory. Laboratory means, yeah, definitely guys, you people know very well in the South France where the reactor will set up. So a reaction will perform between 2 hydrogen isotopes. Again, I repeat, deuterium and tritium. That's why this reaction is called DT fusion reaction. Okay, DT fusion reaction, if this type of statement will come in your paper, you remember, okay, fine, it's a ITER, D denote here deuterium and T denote here as a tritium. And what is the benefit here guys? In this fusion reaction, the deuterium tritium fusion reaction produces the highest energy gain at the lowest temperature. Okay, as again I'm telling you guys, in the case of input energy, how the nuclear fusion generate? In the requirement of input energy, nuclear fusion generate output energy. Okay, so again I'm telling you guys, what is the benefit with the deuterium tritium fusion of nuclear fusion experiment? The reason is here the input energy, okay, input energy is very low, at very low, even at low temperature, not massive high temperature, this deuterium tritium fusion is possible. That's why deuterium tritium fusion we people are going to use here. But this project will take so much time. Small level of work we have started, but the massive level of deuterium tritium fusion will start by 2035 as it is reported officially. Okay, what about the condition must be fulfilled to achieve fusion experiment? So very high temperature is required. And I told you that is the reason before nuclear fission is the first and the best process. I just spoken you guys, before hydrogen bomb, if you drop atom bomb, massive heat generate, and on the basis of that heat at temperature, nuclear fusion is start. So the one condition, very high temperature is required. But what is the benefit with the deuterium tritium experiment? Lowest temperature per this experiment can perform. This is the uniqueness of deuterium tritium. And for these purposes, a sufficient plasma particle density is required. Maybe for most of the people have a problem in the understanding of plasma. Plasma is one of the state of matter. State of matter, I hope you know very well: solid, liquid, gas. Three state of matter, very, very common. The fourth matter is what? You do one thing, guys. When you burn the gases, guys, gases will ionized, and ionized gases are called as a plasma. And the fifth state of matter, I hope you people know very well, that is called as a Bose-Einstein condensate. That information firstly has given by Satyendranath Bose, but that is the part of particle physics. So the plasma type of particle density, sufficient plasma densities are important here, required here. And sufficient confinement time is also a matter that is required here in the case of fusion experiment, make it successful. Even in this entire experiment, we people have planning to set up a tokamak reactor. Tokamak reactor, ITER is a kind of tokamak principles. ITER follow tokamak principles. Okay, tokamak is an experimental machine designed to harness the fusion energy. In this reactor, we have to plan to start nuclear fusion experiment. Okay, what is the benefit of the tokamak, guys? You must be clear. In this case of tokamak reactor, those energy produced because of fusion of atoms, they will absorb on the wall of vessels. So they will absorb on the vessels, guys, vessel wall. They will absorb on the vessel walls. And that is very simple. When it will absorb on the vessel walls, vessel wall will utilize for the generation of steam. Because the vessel wall, if it absorbs the heat, guys, so that heat will utilize for the steam generations. As you know, in the case of thermal power plant, what we are doing, coal is the source of heat. This coal, that is the source of heat, we people use it for the boiling of water. When we people use the heat for the boiling of water, steam generation start. And because of steam generation, what happened? Mechanical energy, turbine start to move, and then through dynamo we convert the mechanical energy into electrical energy. In energy chapter, I taught you how thermal power plant will utilize for electricity generation. Here for electricity generation, here the source of heat is what? Fusion. And the vessel, that tokamak vessels are wall that will absorb the heat and energy, and they will heat up it. And the water that will connect with the vessels, guys, that start to generate steams, and that steam we will utilize for the turbine and electricity generations. Okay, you know, guys, the first time tokamak reactors, it was research was happened in Soviet Union in that time during 1960s. And the most important beauty of this reactor is what? It's the most promising configuration of magnetic fusion device. It's a magnetic fusion device. So if anywhere the term is connecting with the tokamak, to remember it's a kind of magnetic fusion device. But one thing I'll tell you, guys, it is not like that the first time this reactor we are going to set up. No, guys, before it also some reactors even set up and they are working. Recently, you know very well that China also have done the artificial sun experiments, some of the experimental part. Okay, but what about the ITER? It will be the world's largest tokamak. It will be the world's largest tokamak. Like even those tokamaks are working this time. Those tokamak means magnetic fusion devices are working. This is twice are bigger. This is twice bigger than the largest machine currently in the operations. Okay, and 10 times the plasma chamber volume is required here in this cases, guys. So definitely I'll tell you the ITER will be the largest in the world. Actually, some new research even find out experiment through LRO. LRO is the NASA-based spacecraft. Okay, especially sent for the study of moons. Okay, moon surfaces, many feature, guys. What about the recent news of the LRO came? LRO is the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. Last year current affairs updates when I had discussed with you about the Chandrayaan-2 wala case. And during Chandrayaan-2 wala case, I discussed with you about the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter wala phase. What happened in the case of Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter? In the case of Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, guys, what is it? Listen. Okay, it's a NASA-based mission, a spacecraft. Those are already set up and they are working especially to detect many information of the moon. Because NASA has planned to send the human and other even on the moon and the Mars. And here the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter will be really very beneficial to them. It is this lunar reconnaissance orbiter spacecraft is working on the moon surface and taking many pictures and videos. Actually, in the case of Chandrayaan-2, I hope you know very well, Chandrayaan-2 is a successful mission of India. Okay, it's a second moon mission of India, and here I'll tell you guys, our orbiter set up properly at the locations, but the lander and rovers could not put successful on the proper locations where we wanted it. So what happened to the last moment of the India's Chandrayaan-2 lander? Especially India wanted the help from the LRO. Maybe NASA, your spacecraft, lunar reconnaissance orbiter captured that picture images. Kindly help me. On that basis, in the Chandrayaan-3 mission, when I will launch any satellites, okay, as a Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft, so ultimately we will take precautions that next time our project will definitely land successful on the moon surface. So in that time, Chandrayaan-2, during the Chandrayaan-2, lunar reconnaissance orbiter was also in the news. It's an orbiter, so it is put into the moon orbit, and they are taking picture and images of the moon surface. And through the help of some specific payloads. Payloads are sensor, cameras, antennas. In layman term, I am telling you. So one of the payloads of the lunar reconnaissance orbiter mission, that is called miniature radio frequency instruments. Through the help of it, even NASA has given information that it is more metallic as earlier it was defined. The reason is due to presence of massive iron and titanium. So moon surface is more metallic as earlier it was discussed, and not only this mission, even before it many other missions through some other payloads, it was also predicted, also identified that moon is metallic. Okay, metal oxide mapping, LRO wide angle camera, Japan's Kaguya mission, NASA's lunar prospector spacecraft. Many of the missions even sent earlier, and they will also try to find out about the metallic feature of the moon surface. So it's nothing about it, guys. But one thing I'll tell you guys, through the LRO mission will work especially for many purposes. Actually, there are some hypotheses. There are some hypotheses behind this moon formation, that moon was earlier the part of Earth. And what is in this hypothesis, that earlier when the moon was not exist, when the moon was not there, in that time, some of the Mars-sized protoplanet, in that time of beginning of the formation of moon, it does collision with the what? Earth surface. It does collision with the Earth. It happened around 4.5 billion years ago, that some of the Mars-sized protoplanet has done collision with the Earth, and then the one of the piece of the Earth even broken it, and it become as a satellite, because it's separated from the Earth portion. That's why it comes under the effect of Earth attraction, and it's revolving around the Earth. It is called as a moon. Okay, and lot of the resemblance, guys, and that is the reason, guys, when the people are doing a lot of studies of the moon surface, their own chemical composition we are going to check. So we are getting definitely have a lot of similarity with the Earth and moon chemical compositions. Okay, so this type of hypothesis, this type of observation, somehow those was earlier given. Through the help of LRO, we are going to prove also. Okay, if you go about the LRO, so LRO is a kind of a lunar precursor and robotic program. It's a part of lunar precursor and robotic program of NASA. Actually, the purpose is what to send the human on the moon surface in the coming future, and also beyond it to the Mars. Okay, beyond it to the Mars. So definitely LRO mission will help to the NASA, especially in coming future. NASA has planning to send the human in the space, especially on the moon and the Mars. And one thing I'll tell you that is very, very important, guys. Okay, what about the LRO objectives? So here one thing, objective part you can guess very easily, guys. Identification of lunar resources, definitely mapping of the moon surfaces, about the moon radiations, what about the effect of radiation and all during daytime due to effect of sunlight, that we must have to check. And the lunar polar regions, the moon's polar region detection is also very, very important. Yeah, I was thinking about it, guys, like NASA has also planned to send the women on the space. During 2020 current affairs videos, I told you there, guys, whenever I made the current affairs of 2020 films, I told you in this period of time, Okay, in this period of time, one current affair news was there that China and NASA has planning to send the first women on the moon surfaces, because Neil Armstrong was the first man, and now NASA has planning to send the first women on the moon surface. Now we'll come on the next mission, that is called Solo mission. Solo mission, last year it was also popular during 2020 prelims examination. I also told you about it because that time it was planning to send it, and this time I'm telling you it is already in their own orbit. It is already in their own orbit. So when it was launched on 10th February 2020. Okay, one thing I'll tell you guys, the Solar mission is what? European Space Agency mission. Solo, as name, through name you will get it. This mission was sent for the study of sun and many other feature of sun, like solar mysteries. For that purposes, India has planning to send the Aditya mission. Okay, but Aditya mission is under the static part I discussed with you, which I always told you it is very, very important for your coming year. Even Mangalyaan and AstroSat already UPSC has in 2016 prelims paper, but in the coming future I'm expecting Aditya should come in your examinations. Okay, so ultimately this Solo mission is the European Space Agency mission. Okay, it's a solar orbiter mission launched on the 10th February 2020, and the first close pass of the sun was in mid-June. Mid-June what? Mid-June 2021. Okay. Sorry, not mid-June 21. It was mid-June 2020. So one close pass of the sun, the picture even it has given. Okay, and see what about the distance where it will go? So it flew within 48 million miles of the sun, guys, which is very, very close from the sun surface. You must be clear. And definitely for these purposes, we must have to save them. Neither it will burn there in that particular reasons. And for that purposes, we have done some titanium coating. Neither under the effect of solar radiation, this spacecraft can burn. Okay, so Solo missions are very close, around 48 million miles. It flew within 48 million miles of the sun, guys, in that ranges. And here it carried total 10 instruments. Solo mission carried 10 instruments, means 10 payloads. 10 payloads. Okay, everybody, fine. One thing more, guys. What about the observations? What about the observations through the help of Solo mission? Solo mission provided information that lot of mini flares on the sun surface is generated. And these all mini flares on the sun surfaces, those are generated, and that pictures even captured by the Solo mission. These all mini flare of the sun is called as a campfire. Campfire, I hope you know very well. We people also enjoy in the winters. We burn some woods and do the campfire and we enjoy. So that type of campfire even also used there. In India, the winters are not so severe, but in other countries, European countries and American countries, you know what is there? The people already make one of the area where the people are doing the campfire within the house, guys. Okay, and campfires are what? Millionths of the size of the sun's massive flare. Millionth of the size, very, 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 very minute mini flares. That is millionth of the size of the sun massive flares. It was detected with the help of solar orbiter mission. Okay, and see one thing more, guys, about the corona feature, which is very, very miscellaneous, guys. Okay, the sun's outer atmosphere, okay, have a corona. Okay, and it's hotter than its surfaces. Why it is so very miscellaneous temperature of corona? Okay, that discussion is also, even that identification and research was also very important. The Solo mission will also help them. Even if you people have listened my classes, and I told in my classes I told you guys, under Aditya mission, all the feature Aditya mission also try to find out. The main important feature on the sun is the solar flare. Even sometime NASA also warn us against the solar flare. Every 2 years to 3 years interval of time, solar flare generate. But after interval of 9 years, the massive solar flare generate. Sometimes they enter into the Earth orbit and become dangerous for the satellites. And become very, very dangerous for the satellites. Okay, and these solar flares, still the reasons are not very sure. But many scientists are believing it's a kind of magnetic forces, magnetic energy. Those are generating from the sun in the sun atmospheres. So what is the solar flare? Large explosion of magnetic energy in the sun atmosphere that scientist communities are telling it is a kind of a solar flare. So what actually solar flare is? It's a large explosion of magnetic energy in the sun atmospheres. Okay, flares occur in the active region around the sunspots. Sunspot, I hope you people know very well. It's one of the certain areas in the sun, on the sun surfaces generally, where the temperature normally less than the normal sun temperature surfaces. So some of the areas where the temperature is lesser than the normal level of temperature in the rest of the sun areas, that appear in the form of a spot that is called as a sunspot. Okay, and see one thing more, guys. During solar flare, whenever the solar flare generates, in that period of time, a massive level of solar wind generates. Massive level of solar wind generates. What about the solar wind? Somehow they are a kind of magnetic storms, I can tell you. They are somehow is a kind of magnetic storms, and these magnetic storms sometimes enter into the earth orbit, and they can create the problem in our, they can disrupt a problem in our telecommunication network and our power grid system. Okay, so and NASA do the warning after a small level of solar flare generate after every 2 to 3 years, but the massive level of solar flare after regular interval of 8 to 9 years it generate, and this much of solar flare, the massive level, that sometime it can enter into the earth atmosphere and become dangerous for the life. Okay, and corona, what is it? That is a miscellaneous temperature. I told you guys, the outermost layer of the sun atmosphere, where the temperature is normally more than the normal level of the sun surface, that is. And what is the sunspot? Here the normal level of temperature is lesser than. In this particular area, they appear as a form of a spot. Okay, but still the corona is not fully understood. Okay, heat, the corona are not very understood. So somehow the solar orbiter mission will help them. What about the factual data of Solo mission? As Solo mission is the contribution of, main contribution is the European Space Agency, but NASA also working. So it's a collaboration of the European Space Agency and NASA. From which reason we have to launch the Solo mission? So the reason is the Cape Canaveral. It is in Florida. It's a US launching station, guys. Just like India has a Satish Dhawan space station. Okay, the US have a Cape Canaveral. It was launched by the Atlas V rocket on February 2020. You know, a Solo mission was actually a mission under European Space Agency based Cosmic Vision 2015 to 2025 program. I can tell you Solo mission was the part of Cosmic Vision 2015 to 2025 program under it. Okay, and it is the first mission, I'll tell you guys. Even before it, many of the Sun mission, Helios and other solar mission even also launched. Okay, but one thing I'll tell you, those make unique this Solo mission. First time this mission has provided the information about the sun's north and south pole images. Sun's north pole and south pole images, even the first time this one is provided. And yes, its lifespan is total 7 years. And it will come within the 26 million miles of the sun, and here the temperature will be very, very high. So to save this spacecraft against temperature, very high temperature, for it to make it heat resistance, a titanium heat seal coating is used there. A titanium heat seal coating is used there, okay, in calcium phosphate, so that it can do the that chemical composition make it resistance against the higher temperature up to 970 degree Fahrenheit. There is no problem in this spacecraft. Okay, there is no problem in this spacecraft. Now we'll come into the discussion of Tianwen-1. Actually, one thing I'll tell you guys, Tianwen was very, very important. Why so important? Reason, it is the first Mars mission of China. First time China sent the Mars missions. 22nd July 2020. China launched the Mars mission, that is Tianwen. Okay, as a code name of Questions to the Heaven. Mission name is loosely translated Questions to the Heaven. Okay, the one unique properties of this feature of it, this is the first China's Mars mission. Okay, earlier its name was a Huoxiang-1. Okay, under this Mars mission consists of one orbiter. Those will put into the orbit and take the picture and images of the surface. Lander that has a property to do the landing on the surfaces, and rovers have a generally wheeled. Rover, I always spoken you in my static classes, they are the part of robots. These are the robots those we are using under the space research work. Most of the robots actually they carry the wheels. पहिया लगा होता है, they have a wheel, and through the help of it they can walk on the surface. And through the help of when they will walk on the surface, they can do the chemical testing of the soil. When they will walk on the surface rover, they can take a soil sample, the Mars soil sample, and do their own analysis, chemical testing of soil. And through the help of chemical testing of soil of moon surfaces, they can predict the past life and the present life. That is called as a biosignature. You know, biosignature is a very important topic, most important topic you remember for your prelims and mains both. Once this biosignature was the UPSC question long year back, 2008 mains, but still biosignature is very important. Again, I repeat, what is the biosignature? Through the help of chemical testing of soil of any planets, asteroids. If through chemical analysis of the soil, you will try to find out the past life and the present life, this type of analysis is called as a biosignature. Any microorganisms were earlier, today it is so. So through the help of these studies, we can check it. This one launched by the Long March 5 rocket. Okay, it's a China-based launch vehicles. Okay, China-based launch vehicles. And yes, it's just like India have a GSLV, which can carry the heavier weight of the satellites. Exactly, the China-based Long March 5 rocket can carry heavier weight of satellite in the space. What is the landing site? The landing site is a Mars northern latitude area. That place is called as a Utopia Planitia. Utopia Planitia, first time China has not landed. Before it, NASA also launched one of the mission, that was Viking 2 mission on the same region in 1970s. Okay, it orbited the red planet region on the February 2021. Orbits on February 2021. And the landed its rover, it was on 20th May 2021. And with the landing and roving, you know that China became the third country in the world. Even India still not achieved. You can ask me, sir, what happened with the Mangalyaan? Mangalyaan was just an orbiter that we put into the Martian transfer orbit. Mangalyaan was in the Martian transfer orbit. Okay, and from the Martian transfer orbit has captured the picture in images, but it does not landed on the surface, guys. Okay, so China become the third country after USSR and United States to do the landing on the Mars surface. Okay, so China is still trying to be a very dominating country in the world. Okay, as earlier the Russia and US had a competition. Okay, had competition. Today China and US is making a competition. So China's competition countries are, which countries China is making a competitions. And that is the reason China is ahead from you guys. I know that ISRO is doing a lot of big things and lot of really very surprising and very proud moment for most even Indian guys, you people know. But still China is trying more and more, because China is making a competition with the US and you are making a competition with China. Okay, so competition level of China is better than your competition level. Okay, they are fighting competition with the US, so definitely. One more NASA mission, that is the NASA's Perseverance mission. It is also the Mars mission. I'll tell you guys in the same month. Okay, that Tian-1, even the NASA's Perseverance missions. And one more I'll tell you, that is a UAE Hope missions. These three missions of the Mars mission, all the mission even launch in the same month. Okay, in the same month, 3 mission launch, guys. Now I'll tell you one thing. If you people have seen a movie Mangalyaan, so you people know very well. Mangalyaan, if you people have seen. Even 3 movies I advise to everyone, kindly see it. The one that is called Gravity, the second one is the Interstellar 1, and the second I'm telling you Mangalyaan. Reason Interstellar 2 is in the news, that's why I'm telling you Interstellar 1 right now. These 3 movies are very compulsory, guys, during my discussion whenever I'm taking a classes of the space technology. Okay, in static part. But whenever I'll take the static part, the current affairs updation, at the same time I also do. Rest of the current affairs updations, for that purposes, I'm making these videos. Those I upload every year on here, guys, here. Okay, now see here in this case, actually this mission, that is the NASA based mission, Perseverance mission, Mars, it was launched in 2020. Actually the date was 30th July 2020. Atlas 5 rockets, that is the US rockets, and it was landed on the Mars surface on the 18th February 2021. Okay, everybody. So it's a fact and figures you people know very well. Actually, you know, this lifespan of this Perseverance mission is total 687 days on the Earth. Actually, Earth have a 365 days around. It's 1 year. But Mars have a 687 days of the Earth is equal to 1 year. Okay, equal to 1 year. I hope you know very well. Reason the Mars is far from the Earth. If you people see the measurement of distance from the sun, so Earth is getting closer, okay, but Mars is far from the Earth. So Earth complete in one revolution in the respect of sun is 365 days, but Moon is taking around Mars is taking around 687 days. Okay, so the lifespan will be of around 1 Mars year. Okay, means 687 days on the Earth. So don't be confused here, guys. And what about the landing site? It was the Jezero crater. It carried 7 instruments. It carried 7 instruments. And you know, which is very interesting part of the NASA base mission? Mosaic. The very interesting part of NASA base mission was Mosaic. What is the Mosaic? Mosaic is called as a Mars Oxygen ISRO experiment. You know what is a Mars Oxygen ISRO experiment? Actually, those carbon dioxides are available on the Mars surface. Through the help of this carbon dioxide, okay, NASA has planned to make a molecular oxygen on the Mars atmosphere. Wow, great. If we will make successful, guys, definitely it will be a wonderful experiment. Those NASA will make successful in the Mars atmosphere. Reason oxygen is necessary for the life, guys. Or carbon dioxide is available there in the atmosphere. If through the help of carbon dioxide, okay, again NASA will make successful to make oxygen. So it's really great surprising for all of the human community. Okay, and see one thing more which is very, very important. First time one of the helicopter was fly on the Mars, that name was the Ingenuity. It is the Perseverance mission, I'm telling you, it is the important one. Ingenuity was the name of helicopter. Those was flight on the Mars. First time any helicopter was flying there. And third one, which is very, very interesting, guys. First time NASA has planned to carry back Mars what? Soil sample, rock samples towards the Earth. And now at the Earth base station, we will check actually Mars compositions, the chemical composition of rocks. And through the help of it, definitely biosignature. In the case of biosignature, it will be very helpful. Through the help of chemical testing of soil, we can find out the past life. In this past life, maybe ancient microbial life, we can also check. Okay, Martian transfer orbit. Well, India sent, and here they are trying to land on the surface. And definitely study of climax, and a lot of things will matter a lot. Okay, and see one thing more, guys. As you know very well, guys, Mars have a lot of similarity like to the Earth and have maximum chances for the human life. Okay, and there was a news, guys, about the Elon Musk. Elon Musk even tried to send a human on the Mars by 2026, which is a 7 years before the NASA aims, NASA targets. So definitely, how much the Elon Musk is even ahead from the NASA experiment in most of the cases. Through this example, you can get it. When NASA will send 2026, Elon Musk means the SpaceX, the CEO of SpaceX and Tesla Motor, that is Elon Musk. He made an aim and target to send a human on the Mars by 2026, and NASA is what, around 2033 to 35. So definitely, the Elon Musk is ahead from the NASA experiments. Okay, hope so. What is it in the coming future? And one thing more, guys, till now, how many of the Mars missions even sent there? So some of the important Mars missions are there, guys. The NASA based the rovers. It was in 1997, Mars Pathfinder mission. Okay, the first. Later on, the second time, the twin rovers was sent together in 2003. It was a Spirit and Opportunity. And third time in 2012, it was a Curiosity rover. So these are the different rovers. Those even sent for the study of Mars. Now we'll come into the NetGrid. Now you come into the discussion of NetGrid. NetGrid is what? NetGrid is the National Intelligence Grid. Okay, it was very, very popular during 26/11 attack. Actually, 26/11 attack, those incidents happened in India. In that time, we people have realized our mistake, and then we people start to make it NetGrid. So NetGrid came because of the result of 26/11. In that time, our intelligence agencies were not connecting together. They did not share their own data, guys. Actually, who was behind the 26/11 attack? Actually, the complete mastermind and everything, who made all the projects successful and all. So that person was the David Coleman Headley. Was the one of the international terrorist and member of Al-Qaeda. Member of Al-Qaeda, it's a terrorist group. Okay, David Coleman Headley. He entered in India many times. And you know, he was already declared as an international terrorist, but still our intelligence agencies could not identify this man. And this is the reason, guys, this man enter in India, make all the plans from which route the Kasab and their own group will enter, where they will do the open firing, then how they will enter towards the Taj Hotel, where the open firing, a massive casualty, they will do everything that David Coleman Headley has made it. Planned totally. And even David Coleman Headley also stayed in the Taj Hotel twice or thrice. But our intelligence agencies was not connecting together. That's why they could not find out this proper Headley. And he has done everything. And finally, he has planned everything. And Kasab and all the incidents of 26/11, those happen in India. You people know very well. Okay. In this later on, guys, after the 26/11 attack in 2009, finally, there was a provision and the NetGrid even formed in India, and that got popular, and total 11 agencies, central agencies, they were connecting together, and all other intelligence agencies. Today, they are working together. Actually, the news of the NetGrid is only one. Okay, and that was all the discussion I have done. It was the background of NetGrid. National Intelligence Grid has signed a memorandum of understanding with the National Crime Records Bureau to access all the FIRs and stolen vehicles. To access all the FIRs and stolen vehicles through centralized online database platform. So how beautiful it is, guys. All the FIR and stolen vehicles data, now you people can access on the online platform, centralized online platform. Earlier what happened, guys, Delhi based cars, if even somebody is stolen there, it is people are moving, utilizing in the Kerala. But when the stolen vehicles and all, it will connect through the help of centralized online platforms, and that is working under NetGrid and NCRB contributions. So that is the reason NetGrid was further in the news. It will be really very safe and secure, guys. Okay, I'm not going to discuss more and more. Only that was a reason. And what is the NetGrid? All the entire discussion I have done with you. Okay, now one more discussion about the compulsory licensing. It is very, very popular case. And not even the first time. When the Arun Jaitley was the finance minister in that time, US also opposed many times to the Indian government against the compulsory licensing. What actually compulsory licensing is again? Actually, it is the need of India, guys. Many foreign companies, they are working a lot of R&Ds, they are doing research and development, and finally they are making lot of medicines. Okay, and they make patent of their own medicines. Okay, in the case of compulsory licensing without any authorizations. Okay, without any authorization, without any, actually I'm telling you guys, without any permission from that companies, those company has made some medicines. Okay, that government is allowing to provide the license, okay, to make this type of medicines, yeah, vaccines to a people, guys. Reason those companies are making this medicine, guys, they have done the lot of R&D. It's right. Lot of the scientists and all, lot of the money expenditure happen. But you know, guys, whenever they will make a medicine, guys, their medicine prices are very, very high. And India type of countries are very difficult to purchase these type of medicines. That is the reason government sometimes go for the compulsory licensing cases. Okay, but for actually under chapter 16, under chapter 16 of Indian Patent Act 1970, and plus trade related aspect of intellectual property rights about the compulsory licensing, this discussion is mentioned there. So discussion of compulsory licensing is already given under Indian Patent Act 1970 chapter 16, and trade related aspect of intellectual property rights already have a discussion of compulsory licensing, that without the patentee consent, okay, without the patentee consent, okay, we people can authorize, yeah, provide the license to the companies for the development of this type of medicines. And definitely those companies have done the R&Ds, they will oppose to India and other countries if they will do it. Okay, but here one thing, guys, at least after 3 years of date of sealing of the patent, after 3 years of the patent, a country can go for compulsory licensing. At least in the first 3 years, you go and you earn whatever you have done for that medicine, you earn. But later on, if circumstances is not in the favor of my country, like some national emergency situation came, like some extreme urgency condition is required, like public non-commercial uses, okay, these medicines are not allowed. So in that cases, under section 92 of the Act, Under section 92 of the act, we people can go directly for the compulsory licensing without anyone permissions. And see, in that time it is a matter of life, okay, for the people of that nation. That's why we can go against it. Okay, and see, it's not the first time in India. Actually, this time that news was happening, especially is for a medicine that was a ransomware that got popular. You people know very well how much the prices of ransomware was in India. When it was required, guys, lot of the black marketing happened of the ransomware in that time. And from other countries, if you want to purchase it, the price was very, very high. That's why the CPIM leader even just tell to the government, why not we provide a compulsory licensing for the manufacturing of ransomware in India. You know, guys, what US has done? US acquired all the ransomware injections, okay, all the injections, okay, worldwide, and they has done their own installations. Okay, and when the prices and the US start to increase the prices of ransomware, that's why the developing countries like India type of countries got difficulty to access ransomware injections. That was very, very important in that time when the people were suffering with the COVID-19 cases. Okay, but it's not the first time. Before it, guys, Bayer's company based Naxavar is a generic version of Bayer's Naxavar. Okay, for that purposes, compulsory licensing India was also given on March 9, 2012. Okay, but some cases that is a anti-cancer agent, as a anti-cancer. So in the case of cancer वगैरह के case में, treatment वगैरह के case में, government allowed compulsory licensing also earlier. So ransomware is not the first one. Before is the Naxavar in 2012. India also allowed for compulsory licensing. It is a very important question I'm expecting for your mains paper also. What about PCR testing? Actually, RT-PCR is very important in the news, guys, and I think so that any question can come in a paper from reverse transcription polymerase chain reaction. Actually, for polymerase chain reaction purposes, we are putting a DNA in a specific machines, and this machine, the DNA start to amplify polymerase chain reactions. Okay, and then through the help of this polymerase chain reaction, through the help of fluorescence dye, we are trying to find out about the COVID virus, coronavirus. In this sample, it is there or not. What is here actually in this case? It's a very simple, guys, against SARS-CoV-2 viruses. Okay, in this causing agent, okay, see one thing, SARS coronavirus is what? It is a kind of RNA virus. You must be clear. It is a type of RNA virus. Okay, what we people are planning here? Actually, this RNA, first of all, we will convert into the DNA. Okay, if you take a virus, entire viruses, if you take, so you just take the SARS virus, you just listen what you are doing and put into the chemical. Viruses are made up by protein, fats, nucleic acids. Okay, protein, fats, all portions separate, and then you people make separate the RNA as a nucleic acid. Okay, DNA and RNA are the nucleic acid where genes are available. We people have a DNA nucleic acid. You, me, all have a DNA nucleic acid, but RNA have a RNA. Sorry, this COVID virus, coronavirus have a RNA nucleic acid, and this RNA nucleic acid is very, very dangerous. So what we'll do? But one thing I'll tell you, guys, for the detection of RNA, not even any instruments are developed. So what we are doing first, to check this virus infect your body or not, what we are doing, first of all, we convert this RNA into the DNA. That process is called as a reverse transcription. Reverse transcription. Okay, reverse transcription. Even in my static discussion, I told you how DNA to DNA formation is a replication, how DNA to RNA formation is called transcription, how RNA to different types of RNA formation, ribosomal messenger transfer is a post-transcription, and how ribosomal messenger transfer RNA to translation, protein formation is all the process I discussed with you. Now I'm telling you RNA to DNA formation through the help of reverse transcriptase enzyme. A very specific enzymes are working together. This RNA will convert into DNA, and now this DNA, after reverse transcription, those form. Now we will put it into a machine. That machine is called as a what? Polymerase chain reaction wali machine. But before putting into the machine, we first pass this DNA through a fluorescence dye. Fluorescence dye is a staining that will do the coloring of staining of the DNA sequences. RNA sequences detection is not possible. Till now, we have not developed any technology. That's why RNA must have to convert into DNA. Reason, DNA based technology already developed. From which portion we will take a virus? Of course, swab. Either you take from your nose swab, or you will take from your mouth, deep inside the pharyngeal part. Okay, you take a swab. But one thing I'll tell you, guys, in the case of nose swab, it's best. in comparison to mouth wala swab. Okay, everybody, fine. So definitely upper and lower respiratory specimen as a swab, you can take it. Sample is treated with the chemical solution. The protein, fat, nucleic acid you separate. Then what you will do, those RNA you people have developed, this RNA you convert into DNA, and then this DNA you put into the RT-PCR machine. Under the RT-PCR machine, what is the 35 cycles in the PCR machine? This cycle will work there. Okay, this cycle will work there, and then in this cycle around 35 billion new copies of the viral DNA will generate because of 35 cycles in this machine. If here in this machine have some threshold value, in this threshold value, if after this whole entire procedures are some time taking, suppose it's a 14 days procedures. It's a 14 days procedure. Okay, suppose I'm telling you, sorry, it's not 14-day procedure. Suppose it's a someday procedure. I'm telling you, it's a someday procedure. If in the beginning the fluorescence dye level is going to above the threshold level in the graph. Okay, suppose in the 2 to 3 days the graph is going to up above the threshold level. Threshold means a certain limit across this threshold level. It means if within within few cycle, if it is going to increase, guys, it means the coronavirus severity is very, very high. That's why within few cycle that person even identify and detect it. If more cycle is required, then the person identify have a COVID virus, then the severity level is low. If after some more days further, some more amplification, then it will identify, then the severity level is more or less. So if the severity level is very high, within few folds, the COVID virus fluorescence color will appear. If severity level is less, so after some more folding of time, the severity level will come. If very, very less effect, then after more severity, certain amplification level, it will come. So this is the way as we people, through the help of PCR machine, we check it. Okay, but again, I'll tell you guys, in this case, in this machine, that is very, very important. You must be clear. Throat swabs. Okay, throat swabs. Okay, throat swabs false negative information around 60%. On nasopharyngeal wala 30%. So 100% RT-PCR is not reliable. And many of the news people know very well, that is in the surroundings people know. One virus that also got very, very popular, that is a G4 virus. G4 virus is nothing. It is one of the muted virus of the swine flu. As in the case of coronavirus, you are getting the virus got mutation. Similarly, here I'll tell you, in China researchers even find out that new form of swine flu viruses are detected that can be also become as a pandemic in the future. This time is not pandemic, but may be possible to become as a pandemic in the coming future. This virus is called G4 virus. So G4 virus is somehow related to H1N1 flu. You know, H1N1 was declared by WHO in 2009 as a first pandemic in the world. So in 2009, WHO declared this is the pandemic disease. So before COVID this time, which one was the pandemic disease those WHO declared? It was H1N1 swine flu. Okay, what about the problem happened there? See, one thing more, guys. This G4 virus was also found out in the pig, guys. And from the pig, it can circulate to the human being as H1N1 even circulated. Similarly, it will also work. What about the symptoms are there? How they will transmit? Definitely through the help of aerosol transmissions. Okay, through the help of aerosol transmission, it's a very simplest way. Okay, that can transfer from one place to another place. And see, sneezing, wheezing, coughing. Okay, that all are the symptoms in this case. And another symptom is here, guys. Those weight you have. Whatever you have a weight, if you are suffering with the G4 virus disease, so 7.3 to 9.8% of mammals body mass also loss. It's a way through that we will find out it's a G4 symptoms. One more news that got very, very popular about the vitamin D. Vitamin D provide the immunity against the COVID-19 virus. Okay, that you must know. And see, what is the beauty of the vitamin D in the reference of India is India is a tropical and semi-tropical countries. It means have a good solar intensity in India, and somehow people take vitamin D proper. Even vitamin D is the vitamin those synthesized inside your skin in the presence of sunlight if coming solar radiations are 190 to 400 nanometer of the wavelength. Okay, so if coming solar radiation is 190 to 400 nanometer in this time, in this solar radiations, your skin have a formation of vitamin D. Actually, inside your body, those cholesterol-based molecule present. Just listen. Inside your body, those cholesterol based particle you have present, cholesterol, how it enter? Through the help of food materials. This cholesterol based molecule, whenever the sunlight is 190 to 400 nanometer, liver convert this cholesterol into calcidiol and kidney convert this cholesterol into the calcitriol. This calcidiol and calcitriol have a what? Calcium, and they are very important information. That is the reason, guys, inside your body calcidol and calcitriol generate, and that will save your body against the COVID. And what is the benefit with the vitamin D, guys? What is the benefit with the vitamin D? As you know, it is provide a long-term immunity of you people against the COVID virus. One thing more, the vitamin D is a fat soluble, so those vitamin D formation happen inside your skin, guys. Okay, those vitamin C formation happen inside your skin. It will absorb inside your body and stay inside your body for more duration of time. Okay, it's called that reason you people know very well. Reason vitamin D is the fat soluble. Okay, what is the role of the vitamin D? Right amount of calcium in the bone it will maintain. I hope you people know Bonvita ad. Bonvita company advertise my Bonvita have a vitamin D. That is the reason inside your milk those calciums are there. In the presence of vitamin D, calcium absorbed. So better you mixed up the Bonvita inside the milk, and then the calcium of the milk will be useful for the kids. So definitely you know very well the calcium in the bone will absorb more if you will have a vitamin D. And vitamin D naturally synthesized in your skin, guys. Okay, and see, it will protect the cell's membrane from its damage, and even also prevent the inflammation of tissues. And those people have a small pores inside the bone, osteoporosis type of disease happen, it will also shut out because of vitamin D and calcium absorption. And those people even detected vitamin D deficiency is more, there the COVID-19 risk is higher. Even a part of these diabetic people, heart conditions, pneumonia, obesity, those even smoke, they all even having a lot of concern, lot of the problem in these cases. But India have a no problem reason, abundant of sunshine is there. Mostly the people, those are in European countries and all, they are suffering a lot. Next point about the plasma bank, it was the news. It was also very, very important topic. And India has become the first, India's first plasma bank. It is set up in Delhi, and the name is the ILBS. ILBS is the Institute of Liver and Biliary Science. Even this time where I'm right now is making your video, today the government said that plasma therapy is not the correct therapy. Today the government stopped the plasma therapy, and today it is not. But yes, the first plasma bank was set up in India, it's a ILBS. Okay, and this plasma therapy will use to treat against treat of the COVID-19 patient. What is here in this function, guys? You just know what is the plasma. Actually, plasma is already available inside your blood. Plasma is already available inside your blood. Even those people got infections of coronavirus. Whenever the person become fine, totally they fine, and after the complete recovery, when they have recovered, at least 14 days before the donation can be considered. Those who had that diseases but have recovered at least 14 days, okay, at least recovered 14 days before the donation can be considered. Okay, so it's a day when a person can donate their own plasma. Who can donate the plasma? 18 to 16 years of the 60 years of the age groups of the people. Yeah, at least the weight should not be less than 50 kilogram. And the women, those even given a birth of a baby, they are not applicable to donate their own plasma. How the plasma is different from the normal blood? Very simple, guys. Plasma is extracted from the blood. Okay, but what we are doing, actually those bloods we are going to take from the blood, actually we are separating the plasma, not the complete blood we are taking. The rest of the blood we are going to put again into the body. So those persons blood plasma we are taking, here we are separating the plasma from the blood, not the entire blood we are taking. Even whenever you will take a blood have a many components. Blood have a RBC, blood have a WBC, blood have a platelets. I hope you know very well in the biological sciences. And even blood also have a plasma. Only plasma we separate. Rest of the other component, RBC, WBC, we left it. We never use it. Even 500 ml of plasma can be donated every 2 weeks. Even if you want to donate a blood, so at least 3 months you must have to wait. But if you want to donate your plasma, so within 2 weeks, after every 2 weeks, Hannah, you are applicable to donate your plasma. But how much? Around 500 of plasma, easily you can donate. Okay, what happened in the case of plasma therapy? See guys, blood is drawn from a person. So how plasma we are going to use and its therapy. So blood is drawn from a plasma. Okay, fine. In that plasma you separate serum, yeah, plasma I am telling you, separate it. Because serum or plasma is those where the neutralized antibodies are there. Actually, when a person even treated against the COVID virus, the COVID virus work as an antigen against COVID virus inside your body. What happened? Antibody. Where antibody is safe? Inside your plasma or serum. So when you separate the plasma or serum and put inside the patient, guys. But one thing I'll tell you, those you will put into the patient, guys, that life of the plasma is only 3 to 4 days. In these 3 to 4 days, the recovery of person will become possible. This was the benefit. At least 3 to 4 days. It was the benefit. Because of plasma. And this type of plasma serum is called as a convalescent serum or convalescent plasma. Okay, this is that serum or plasma, those we are going to take after treatment of a person. So after treatment of a person, those plasma we are going to take, it's called convalescent plasma, not normal plasma. And that is the reason convalescent plasma is popular. If UPSC asks you a question about convalescent plasma, I hope you can guess very easily what is the meaning of convalescent plasma. One more and the last topic here. That is one of the COVID virus, coronavirus vaccines. And the name is the ChAdOx1. This is the COVID vaccines. It was developed jointly by British Swedish company AstraZeneca and Oxford University. These both two work together. It is safe and induce an immune response in the early stage. It was checked when in the clinical trial happened in the early stage. It even checked that it worked properly and provide the immunity to a person, guys. Actually, what is the feature here? I'll tell you guys. Actually, there are different categories of the vaccines. Okay, I'm not going into DNA vaccine, many kind of vaccine, but I'll tell you one of the category, this vaccines ChAdOx1 follow, that is called non-replicating viral vector vaccines. Okay, when a virus enter inside your body, because of this vaccine, they stop to do replication process and they will not increase their own number, and that's why the people can treat against the COVID virus, against the virus. And see one thing, guys, the ChAdOx1 vaccine that even developed, it is developed through a virus those cause a common cold in the chimpanzee. Okay, that genetically engineered virus. Okay, so the vaccine is made from the genetically engineered virus that causes common cold in the chimpanzee. Okay, from that virus, okay, genetic material we have used in the development of these vaccines, and this vaccine will work especially to a human being against what? Against the COVID virus. Actually, you know very well the coronavirus have a spike proteins. Okay, and inside have a nucleic acid, that is RNA. Actually, this vaccine work on the spike protein. This virus work on the spike protein. Okay, and once the immunity work inside the human body, antibodies will attack the real viruses. Okay, those infect inside your body. So through the help of vaccine, your body get the immunity, and when your body get the immunity, pathogen enter inside your body kill that pathogen. This is the general process. And how the COVID virus even enter and easily spread inside your body? Through the help of spike protein. And this is the spike protein, those allow the viruses to penetrate cells and thereafter multiply. And here in this level, ChAdOx1. Okay, this ChAdOx1 vaccine will work, and that is the reason I can tell you it's a non-replicating. It's a non-replicating. So it was an entire 1 month based current affair issues. That's why the video duration is very lengthy. But yes, in this one video, I just to compile all. Okay, I just compile all. This is a 4th edition book. Those are available of Science and Tech in both English and Hindi medium, and plus environment. Those published by McGraw-Hill. Okay, those published by McGraw-Hill. It is available in the market. So don't miss to read this book, and all the current updates I'll do always here. And definitely for the online classes, okay, of my module Science, Tech and Environment, Okay. So you people can download this Purvanchal IS app. Here entire courses are available, and for foundation courses, the all static videos, around 7 static videos are also available. So regarding these courses, I'll advise you, if you people never listen my classes, yeah, you want to revise it, so kindly listen these videos. Okay, it's available in the Purvanchal IS app. Hindi medium and English medium, both separate classes are available there. And last, I'll tell you regarding for face-to-face classes, if you people stayed in the Gorakhpur and nearby areas, so you people can join us. We all Delhi teams are taking the classes in the Purvanchal IS Gorakhpur. Regarding any queries, you people can contact on the given numbers. Again, I repeat, kindly download Purvanchal IS app. All the videos are available, and static videos are also there. Regarding any courses, you can go there. So thank you everybody. Take care of yourself. Meet you next time with the next month of August. Videos are lengthy, but in one videos I try to finish entire videos. The last, what about the procedure you people follow? These all the those PDFs I just have share on the Telegram. You just take that PDF one, and the second one, that video you just listen headphone, and whenever you free, just listen my all the entire videos and pass through the content. Okay, so don't try to write it. You have a small period of time, but I will advise to everyone 4 to 5 times to listen all the entire videos. Okay, listen all the entire videos, and in one day you can finish. Okay, somebody's want to listen me very fast, so you can multiply the speed. Rest, it is up to you. You people are more smart. Okay, fine. So thank you everybody. Take care of yourself and meet you soon in the next video. Be safe.